this series, we're starting off as a level 1 in 2025 on console, specifically on a PS5 Pro, and I'm going to be showing you how to make millions really quick. But there's a twist. In this series, we're going to be making money. We're going to be using some old school methods as well, obviously. If you're trying to make money as fast as possible, some of the older ways are still oldies but goodies. But the focus on this series is to implement a lot of the new businesses, right? If you look at a lot of guides on YouTube, specifically even some of my own guides, they're a little bit older and they showcase the ways to make monies without all of these new businesses included. So this series, we're going to be introducing and implementing a lot of new businesses into this guide. So if you haven't seen episode 1 yet, go check it out. It'll be linked in the description. This is episode 2, so let's jump into it. All right, guys, so here we are where we left off last episode over here at the Freak Shop. We're going to be continuing on here today, but there's a few things I wanted to mention here real quick. So at the end of last episode, we had $1.5 million, and you can see now we have almost 2 million. That's because this account does have GTA Plus, just for content creation purposes, but that's not what this series is about. So I need to get rid of 500k. And the easiest way for me to do that is just to buy something that's like 500k. So let's go ahead and buy this. We're not going to use it. It's not going to affect our playthrough here. So now we're back to where we were at $1.5 million. If you want to know how we got to 1.5 million, like I say, check out last week's episode. It'll be linked down below. So what are we doing here today? Well, first things first, we're going to finish off the last dose. We did first dose last week. Now we're doing a last dose. So again, the whole point of this series is to do things that are newer to the game. Obviously the Dax missions, the first last dose, the Acid Lab in general, that DLC, it is newer. It came around a couple of years ago. Was it a couple of years, maybe a year ago? I don't know. Time's flying at the moment. But essentially what we've done here is before we even purchase businesses, we're doing things to make money that don't require anything, right? We did the Clucking Bell raid where we got 750,000 last episode. We've been doing the Freak Shop stuff. Now we're going to be jumping in and doing the last dose. So let's do it. So here we go. So I'll explain this here in a sec. Well, I'll explain. You know what? Let me finish for him talking. Okay, so I was going to say, if you're new to the game and you've completed the first dose and you're like, wait, how do I do the Dax missions? I'm not seeing the D on the map for Dax. You just got to wait a little bit, literally like 2 minutes, and you'll get a phone call from Dax. As soon as you get that phone call, you can see it is now marked on our map again. So let's do it. All right, matchmaking closed as always. So this isn't a guide on the last dose or first dose missions. Like I say, I do have guides on my channel for that. So I'm not going to be going through these in detail, but I will show you little bits of it. So let's get through this cutscene. So there's 5 missions in total for last dose. The first one that we're doing right here, you just have waves of people, okay? There's just going to be waves of people that are going to be coming, attacking the base, and you just have to take them out. There's going to be some helicopters. There's going to be some people in cars that come up. All we do in this one is take people out. It's very straightforward. It takes about 5 minutes, and that is it. Then we move on to last dose mission 2. For this one, you have to go to 3 different locations to find a suspect that's hiding out, some hippie. The first one is going to be in a house. You're going to have to take out around 10 people, go into the back garden. You can just point your gun at her, and then she'll confess that she has no idea what you're talking about. You can either shoot her or let her go. I decided to let them go. Next one, similarly, you have to go to a location, and then there's another gentleman that you have to point your gun at to get some information from, and he, surprisingly, had no idea what I was talking about either. So then after that, we went to the 3rd location. Had a little bit of a shootout here, same thing. We finally got some guy, and lo and behold, he didn't have a clue, or did he have a clue? He may have given us some information, I can't remember. But then we had to drive over to Elysian Island. Once you get to Elysian Island, the best thing to do is look for the black SUV parked outside. Very inconspicuous. And then you break into the warehouse. Once in the warehouse, you're going to have to take a picture of 5 different items. The first one I took a picture of was this right here. Very interesting. The second one was this little workbench, and it had a key card on it, but we didn't pick it up right away, but we did it at the end. The third one was some weapons. Up to no good, if you ask me. Then there's a few people that come and try shooting at you, but you just take them out. The fourth one was this little planning board. And then the final one was this little notepad here. And then we went and got the key, and we got out of there. And that was it. We just had to do that. Super simple, super easy. It was just more of a time sink, to be honest with you. That one took us about 15 minutes. Then next up, we had last dose mission 3. For this one, you head on over to Freedmind HQ, where once inside, you can be stealthy. If you have a gun that has a suppressor on it, you can make your way through. And for this one, what you're looking for is some keys. As you can see right here, we got some keys. Then we went around, took out a few more people. We did end up triggering the alarm, but no fear, we're Superman. And then we saw this clipboard right here, and we just had to grab the clipboard and head to the basement. Once in the basement, you're just going to have a big firefight, to be honest with you. You're going to take out about 10 to 15 people. I think it's more around 10. And then rescue our friend. But before we can rescue him, obviously more bad guys come. But then no fear. We have a little bit of a fight. And then we get out of there. And then once we got back to the freak shop, that was mission number 3 complete. That one took us about 8 minutes. Then we moved on to mission number 4. Now for this one, we had to head on over to the rehab clinic. Now keep in mind, if you're a newer player, you don't have to follow along behind Dax in his RV. You can just drive ahead of him straight to the location. And once you get to the location, you have to take out a few people. And then if you haven't done this already, I don't want to spoil it for you. It's not very difficult. It's just a time sink. It's just a kind of cool experience that happens. Once that's done, you're going to wake up in the middle of nowhere, and then you can just go to invite-only lobby to send yourself back to the freak shop. Now, for this final mission, it was quite fun, even though it's kind of this beginning part, a remake of another mission in story mode. But essentially, you're going to fly on over to Los Santos International Airport. Once you get there, you're going to hack the cargo door open. You just got to stay behind the plane. Really doesn't take too long at all. Once you've hacked it, we're going to smash on through into the back of the plane. Where once inside, we're going to have to take out a few people. Maybe about 10 people. Honestly, wasn't very difficult. Just try and go for the headshots. Once you've done that, you're basically going to fly this thing back to Sandy Shores, where you're going to land so we can unload this into the back of a trailer. But obviously, in GTA fashion, the police are going to arrive. So then you have, it feels like there's about 5 waves of police you're just going to have to take out. Just make sure you got snacks and armor on you for this one, and that you're taking out people in the helicopters, as they do quite a bit of damage. But once you've done that, you're just going to drive it back to the freak shop. Once back at the freak shop, for some reason, we spawned in up here. Didn't really make too much sense. But here we go from here. And all right, now we're all caught up. Just finished the last dose mission. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is where it spawned us. We completed all the last dose missions. Let's head on back. You know, where should we head to next? So we got another 100k. Let's go ahead and put our money into our bank so we can see where we're at. All right, so now we're at 2 million, but we're not done yet. So let's go ahead. Let's get back to the city. So we're just going to go to invite only, and this will take us straight back to the Fooligan warehouse. So next up, the first thing we're going to do is set this up as a lab. So we need to go steal some lab equipment. So as you can see, if we go to our minimap right here, why is it not showing up? Let's just go outside. We probably should have done this first so we could be accumulating some wealth here. But my bad. Let's just head on over to the closest one. All right, so a few guards. Hello, calm down. What are you shooting me with? Get down. We don't like shotguns around here. All right, you know what, guys? Can you just be quiet? You just be quiet. All right, so now what we need to do is steal some equipment here. So we just need to put this on the back of our truck. So let's go ahead and let's do this as fast as possible. All right, now all you need to do is take this back to the freak shop. All right, just like that, setup complete. So let's just go ahead and talk to this fella right here, Mutt. So you can see, to set this up, you do get this little thing here, but you have to pay for it. Right, so $750,000. Now, before we do that, let's think smart, right? Okay, we're trying to make the most amount of money possible. If I put 750k into this, and then we let it sit and we wait for it to get full, then we sell it, it's going to take us a few runs to get our money back before we start profiting off this. So is there any other businesses that we can do first before we set this thing up? All right, so here's our businesses that we can purchase. So like I said, I wanted to make this series more so focused on newer businesses. We are going to be implementing older businesses as well. But for that reason, we're going to take off clubhouses. Not in the mood to do any sort of MC business. Even if I had 20, 30 million in the bank, wouldn't care about that right now. Bunkers, a great passive business, but we may as well focus on the acid lab instead of that, so we'll take those off. Hangars, great business, one of my favorite solo ways to make money in this game. But honestly, grinding those out, you want to have an oppressor for that. So let's take those off. Facilities, we're taking those off. Nightclubs, again, great business. You can make 50k an hour through the wall safe. But the problem with this is to make the most amount of money, you need to funnel other businesses in it, right? So you need MC club businesses. You need a hangar or bunker. So we don't have those things. So for nightclubs, we're going to take those off right now. Now we're left with these 3. And guess what? All 3 of these are newer businesses, which is what I want to focus mainly on in this series. So salvage yard, right? The thing with the salvage yard is you can do passive, well, not passive, but you can do like the tow truck missions. You're not going to make tons of money, but it's a cool little thing to do like once every hour or so. But you also have the 3 robbery missions. Now, those you can only do once a week. You can do each of them once a week. So you can do 3 robbery missions once a week. Now, they are going to pay out like 300,000, so you can get like 1 million for completing them. And they take around 40 minutes, I believe it is, each. So it'll still take you a week or two to be able to pay off this business. And we're trying to think, right, do we really want a week or two to be able to do this? No, so we'll take those off for now. Even though I do think it's a great business, a great solo-friendly business, we'll take off the salvage yards for now. Sorry, I've realized I have it on the bounty one. These are the salvage yards. But we're going to take those off for now, just because it's going to take us a little bit more time to make our money back. So now we're left with Bail Office and the Garment Factory. Now, the bail offices, they are good. They're not the greatest. The bounty hunts don't take too long. The money, the pay is not incredible. But you can do vigilante work with these two, but the vigilante work doesn't really pay out that much either. So we're going to take off the bail offices, which leaves us with the Garment Factory right here. Now, this excites me because it is the newest business in GTA 5 Online. This is a brand new business that we got recently. It comes with a safe where you can get passive income. It comes with a gun, like the gun shop in it. It comes with fast travel, which you realistically are not going to be using. But it also comes with the FIB files, which don't take too long. And one of them can only be done once a week. But 3 of them you can do over and over. So that is the business that I feel like, especially for this series, that we're going to be focusing on, which is going to be the Garment Factory. Now, again, though, this one, I mean, I'm kind of contradicting myself because this is going to take a while to pay off, though. I mean, 2.3 million, it's still going to take us a while. Now, we can keep grinding out the FIB missions, which is a good thing. We can make our money back a little bit quicker than, say, the salvage yard. But early on in the game, you do want to make sure you can try and make your money back as fast as possible and get a business that you can constantly grind on, right? Because as a new player, you're probably going to sink in a lot of hours into this game. So having something like the salvage yard where you can only do it once and then you got to wait a week, you're going to be sitting around thinking, I've just spent all this money. Now I've got no way to make money. Where with the Garment Factory, at least you can continue to grind it. The other thing is we've got almost $2.1 million. And as I said earlier in this video and in the series, we are going to be mixing together old and new. So obviously it would be kind of stupid not to talk about the KOSATKA. Now the KOSATKA you can see is 2.2 million. And this we can pay off within a few hours because you can do the Cayo PERICO heist once, get over $1 million. Then there's a 2.5 hour cooldown and then you can do it again. So that'll pay for itself in a day, right? We can pay for this and we can pay off this and be able to get back to where we were at 2.2 million all within the same day. That is huge. And then obviously another business that's an oldie but goodie is going to be the agencies, right? The agencies will be able to pay this thing off pretty fast because during the Dre missions, you're going to get paid over $1 million. And then there is a cooldown, not too long, and then you can do it again. Now, the only thing is with these, they're going to take you about an hour and a half to complete. And if you're a newer player, maybe even longer. But they are fun, and you will be able to pay this thing off within a day if you're grinding out for that day. So having this business and the KOSATKA together are going to be massive for us to make money, along with the Darnell's Bros Garment Factory we're going to be focusing on. So those are the 3 main businesses we're going to be focusing on in this playthrough. Now, we are going to make a sacrifice right now early on, right? Because you need to think to yourself, which one is going to be the most profitable for me? How much time do I have to play? And out of the 3 of those businesses, which is the one that I would get the most joy out of? Because let's be honest, if you're going to be doing something a lot, you want to enjoy it. You don't want to feel like you're just grinding away and it's boring and maybe you have something else playing in the background. Maybe it's this video while you're grinding out. Thank you if you are. But you do want to do something you enjoy. So for us, the Acid Lab's going to be the agency is going to be 2 million. The Darnell Bros is going to be 2.3, almost 2.4 million. And the Acid Lab, as we already know, is 2.2 million. Or we could set this thing up right now for $750,000. So for us, though, remembering this is a new account, we're going to get bonuses on things like that. We're not going to be upgrading the Acid Lab just yet. We are, however, going to be getting the KOSATKA. We still need about $200,000 or $120,000 though, so we're going to get that right now. But the reason we're getting the KOSATKA is we're going to get a lot of bonuses for the first time playthrough, as well as getting the Madrazo file. So they're going to pay a little bit more as well. But first of all, we need that 200k. So what are we going to do? It's actually technically not 200k. We need like $120,000. So what we're going to do is something that I mentioned in the first episode, something that's super fast and easy to do. And that's going to be the spray tags. Let me explain. Something I haven't mentioned yet as well. We do have the bonus item right here. We'll talk more about that when we get to it. It's just from completing the last dose missions. But when we come across it, we'll take care of that. But something I also mentioned in the first video is the GTA web, the thing that is very helpful for new players. So let's take a look at that. So this is the map that I talked about in episode 1. And what I want to do is the spray can. So we need to get one of these. You only need one. You only need to pick it up once. So we're going to get whichever one is closest to us. And then once we've got that, it's the tags. So you can see right here, let me take off the spray can. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just going to have to go to these 5 locations really quick. So first and foremost, let's grab a spray can. All right, so the closest one to us is actually going to be just right down here. I believe, where are we? It could be that one. It could be right here. I just checked the map and it's going to be the one right up the top here. So underneath the last bridge. So here we are and it should be right here on the floor. I'm not at the last bridge, am I? It's this bridge. There it is. Okay, you can see right behind my car there, the spray cans. And once you've got this once, you're never going to have to do it again. Just walk up to here, collect the spray can. Just like that. Okay. Now, next up, we can do this together. We can follow along. So let me show you where the first one's going to be. We're going to go down to the airport, and it should be right around here. Or like more so, just head on to this location. All right, now here we are coming up to the location, and it should be just right here. It's actually on the side right here. You see this invest in the red? So you're just going to walk on over to this. Now, once you get to it, it'll give you a prompt to tag. Go ahead and click that. And then you'll get this animation right here. And once that is done, you'll be able to see tags 1 of 5, $15,000. All right, let's move on to our next one. So for the next one, it's going to be right up here, and you're going to head towards like right here. So this is the location right here. Head on over to there. All right, so here we are at the location, and I'm assuming it's this one right here. So this is the spot right here underneath the senior buns. Excuse me, sir. Don't you start tagging that. That's mine. There you go. Tag the poster. Let's do this one. All right, second one done. Another $15,000. Let's move on. So for the next one, it's going to be this location right here. So we've gone from here and we're just going up a little bit. All right, so here we are at the next location. And we are getting closer to that bonus gift I was talking about. So we are going to go ahead and get that here after we've done this one. Just because it is a little faster. It's a free car. We're going to be using it. And it is a little faster than the car we're currently in. And we don't need the car we're currently in right now. We're not shooting at anyone. So let's go ahead and grab that once we've got this. But here we go. Boom. Another 15,000. Now let's take this car over to our new bonus car. Excuse me, Simeon. Which is going to be right here. All right. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Our first free car here today. Well, we have some free. I mean, this one was technically free as well. But this is our new bonus vehicle. We got this from completing the last dose missions. You can see our other cars vanish because this is a personal vehicle. But this one we're going to be using here today because it's electric. It's a little bit faster. It's not my favorite car in the game, but it's definitely going to be easier to get about than the one we were currently in. Okay, so next up, we're going to be heading all the way up here. And it's going to be right around this location right here. So let's go ahead and head there. If it's telling you to go through the mountains like mine is right now, just ignore that. Go straight to the coast and drive up the coast. It's so much faster. All right, here we are at the location. And for this one, I believe right here. Okay, so this is the 4th out of 5. We just have one more to do. This thing's literally taken us no time at all. It's just a quick drive up the coast. All right, there's that one done. Another 15K. And on to the last one, which is going to be all the way up here. Specifically in this location right here. So it just so happens for us, we have G's Cash right here too. So let's go ahead and grab that. So G's Cash, obviously, you can see on our mini-map there, there's a little box with a question mark on it. So we're just going to roll up to that. You'll hear some sound that'll help you where it is. Help you locate it. I hear the beep over here. There it is. Inside of here. It's very faint, the beep, but it's a little beep. Okay, let's grab that. There we go. Another 18K. We'll take that. Something nice little bonus on our journey. Like I say, you may not have the same G-Cash in the same location. But just look out for the G's Cash. Look on your map, see if you can find it. Just so you can restore some ammo and some get yourselves a little bit of cash there. All right, but anyway, we're right opposite where we need to be right here. So let's go on out and take a picture. Or not take a picture, but spray tag our final one, which I'm believing is that one on this side of this building here. I'm guessing it is. Is it? Sure bloody is. All right, let's do this. Final one. All right, there we go. And with this being our final one, we're going to get a little bonus. There you go. $40,000 here today. So let's go ahead and put our money in our bank one more time. All right, and now look at that. We're at exactly $2.2 million. Exactly what we need to to purchase this. And like I say, the reason we're going for the KOSATKA first is because since we are brand new, right, we're not only going to get the Madrazo file, so it's going to be a nice payday, but we're going to get a lot of bonuses. We're going to get like a first-time player bonus. Obviously, we're going to do it stealthy, so we're going to get like the stealth bonus. We're going to get all of these bonus, the elite challenge bonus, a lot more than we typically would. And honestly, those should all pay back. We're actually going to go over right now to the Dax place again, because we're going to head to the casino, because you need to do that in order to unlock the KOSATKA. You got to go to the music locker. I'll show you where that is. But doing this as a first-time player, we should, after our first KO PERICO, we should get all of our money back, which means it's a very unique situation. And from that, we should be able to then straight away purchase the agency. Then we're going to have 2 businesses that we can run simultaneously. We can do the KO PERICO, and then in the cooldown, we can do the agency. And then even after that, after doing those, we should be able to then purchase our next business, which is going to be, as I've already told you guys, we're going to be buying a newer business, being the Darnell Bros Garment Factory. So let's get to the music locker. So if you're trying to figure out how to start up the KO PERICO or how to get the KOSATKA and you need to go to the music locker, just head on over to the casino. You can see it on your mini-map right there. God, this thing accelerates fast. I forget how fast this thing accelerates, man. You can see it on your mini-map there, but essentially you're going to come to the casino. You're going to go right around the outside here on the left-hand side, and you can see the music locker where this gentleman is. Let's go ahead and go in. You're going to have to pay a little fee, I think, for the first time. Can't remember. All right, there we go. $150 entry fee. And then we're going to go down here. Go all the way downstairs. And then over in the booth over here, you'll be able to talk to this fella. All right, and just like that, we have unlocked the ability to purchase the KOSATKA. So let's go ahead and buy this bad boy. We're not going to be changing the color. We're not going to be changing the flag, sonar, nothing like that. The one thing we're going to get eventually, obviously, being the Sparrow. But as you can see, it's 1.8 million. But that's not in the cards just yet. So buy for $2.2 million. Purchase. There we go. Now we're skint again. We got around $4,000 to our name. Luckily for us, though, we have a KOSATKA now. We should make that back within 45 minutes. Here's Pavel. Oh, Pavel. Let's go ahead and get out of here. So from here, we can go to preferences, and we should be able to choose. We can't choose our KOSATKA yet. I think we have to head on over to it first. You can see it on the mini-map. So let's go ahead and head on over there. A good thing to do for those of you who are newer, you can go ahead and call Lester, and you can request like not a boat, or why can't we do this yet? Unlocks a rank 35. Well, that's kind of annoying. I was going to say, he can tell you where helicopters and things are. He'll like showcase them on the map for us. But anyway, let's go ahead and figure out a way to get over to our KOSATKA. So our KOSATKA's over here. I'm assuming if we go here, there's going to be some jet skis, so that's what we'll do. All right, here we are. Like I say, no jet skis by the looks of it, but we do have a boat. Just so happens to be sitting here waiting for us. All right, let's head to the KOSATKA. All right, first time entering our brand new KOSATKA. All right, guys, so we registered as a VIP because we're not a boss because we don't have a CEO office yet. But what we're going to do, now I just made a video, a 2025 step-by-step beginner's guide to the KO PERICO heist, walking you through all of the setups, walking you through everything you need to know and how to complete it and everything like that. So I'm going to leave that video linked in the description. But since it's our first time, and if it's your first time too, I will show you a couple things that you do need to do in order to do this exact run that we're going to be doing here today. So first and foremost, we need to go into our board here, and we need to scope out the island. Let's wait for that little thing to go so I can see it. Oh, you can't bloody see it. But anyway, let's just press X. So now it says we need to go to the LSI private terminal because we need to get a plane because we haven't done that yet. This is our very first time doing it. Once you've done it the first time, we're not going to have to come here and get a plane every single time. But since it's our first time, we are going to have to do that. All right, we still got our boat here from before, so we're going to be taking this over to the terminal. So let's do that as fast as possible. All right, just like that, we're at the airport. So let's get in this jet and head on over to KO PERICO Island. All right, as soon as you get here, you're going to meet up with El Rubio, and you're going to drive on over to the beach. Let's fast forward until we get there. So after a while, once you've been here at the party, Pavel's going to call you, and you're just going to wait for his prompts. All right, there we go. So you can see exit by the south gate without being spotted. So you're just going to avoid all the guards. So let's get up here. All right, we're going to swing to the right here. It's been a long time since I've done this. We're going to wait here because there is a guard right there. And then we're going to sneak around this corner. All right, so now we should go. So we're just going to run up here, skirt right around this corner. And then we're going to avoid that camera right there on the left. We're just going to run up here and then just follow this down here and around. Because keep in mind, for this one, we're going to the compound, not to the tower that you usually would go to during a setup mission. But if you're new, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So just keep running all the way, follow this thing all the way around till the end. At this point, we'll take a picture of the north dock, or the main dock, I should say. Sense Parvel. So we've scoped out the main dock. This is just an infiltration point that we're going to want, because it's the only one we're going to be using for the most part, but definitely the one that we're going to be using here. And since we're here, always take a picture of it. Now we're just going to jump on over, swim. I would go straight across, but you can see there's a guard there. So we're just going to try and avoid that guard. We're just going to run up around here, cut through, and we're just going to go up this mountain. Or hill. Not really a mountain, is it? All right, and we're just going to follow this all the way up here. So at this point, again, keep your eye on the minimap. I can see there's a guard up in that tower. He's just turned, so we're good to go. Again, we're just hugging the wall here, basically. Hopefully that guard doesn't turn and face this direction. I can't remember which way he goes. But hopefully if we get down in here quick enough, he'll pass us over anyway. All right, just like this. Like I say, just keep hugging the wall until you're going to get to the fence of his compound anyway, right here. Now we can start going to the left a little bit since there's no one here. You see this cone of vision, though, how far it comes out? So make sure, just get as close to the wall here as possible. It just makes it so you know you're not going to get caught, because that vision of that guard is pretty long. Okay, so at this point, now that we've found the compound, we're going to head to where we would typically, which is going to be the tower, which is that tower right there in the distance. So we're going to run up, avoiding the guards once again, because the guards you can see right up here, he's not showing up on the minimap yet, but he will soon. We're just going to avoid him by trying to stay out of his cone of vision whilst also heading over to where we need to go. But you can see on the minimap there. So you're just going to run. You're just going to run on over. We'll cut in a little bit to the right here, but we'll stay to the left a little bit because that guard's cone of vision is pretty big. So we want to make sure we don't get taken by that guard. And that's where we're headed to, right up there. So we're just going to go down into here and then up the left and up the mountain that way. All right, so right now you can see there's a guard looking right. Okay, he's turned, so let's go. But there was a guard looking at us. When you typically come and do these, there's never going to be a guard just like walking around like that. It's only during this. They could be down here typically, but obviously this is a setup. First time doing it. It's going to take us probably all the way to the top, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's climb up. Nope, it's actually right here on the first level. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm sure you guys already know how to do this, but if you don't, I'll do it here right now. If you're good at math, you'll be better at it than me, but for me, it's just the way I do it. So 5, 6, 7. So let's just see. If I go straight to 50, I can't go to 60, so I just go up to that one, and then I'll put the 2 across. That's how my brain works, but it is a mathematical thing, but I just trial and error. All right, so now we're just going to go into the Sightseer app, and since it's our first time, you are going to want to look around like everything as much as you can, because that'll unlock the entry points to the compound. So like I say, first time doing it, just have a look through all of these. This is going to show us the basement. Obviously, we either get loot there, the primary, or here, but this is the Madrazo files, the very first one. So that's where it is, but we're going to continue looking here. We're not doing this with anyone, but you can see we can scope out some of the secondary loot. So like things like this, the North Gate is always going to be interesting to see. We've unlocked that now, so we can see that. North Wall, you're going to want to scope this one out as well, because there's a place you can jump here. You can see the arrow now shows it. Main Gate, again, you're just going to look at the main gate, basically. South Gate, you're going to want to just look on over till you see it. There you go. These are just going to unlock all the entry points. You want to make sure you do this at least once. Then we're going to have another wall we can jump over here. And I think that's it. That is it. Okay, now we can back out. So that's basically everything you need to do the first time. But there is one other thing that I would highly recommend. I don't know if I have like a parachute. So I'm going to go up to the top and see if they have one. Because there's one other thing we need to do that's essential. So we do need to scope out the North Dock. We're not going to be getting loot from the North Dock, but we do need to scope it out just for this mission. Do they have a parachute? See, I don't even know. I don't see it. But I do want to go down right there into the water. Should we just test and see if there's a parachute? There's not a parachute. So I do need to go to the bottom. Like if I was you, just go to where I was showing you, right, in the water. Because there is a dinghy there that you can take back up to the North Dock. But I'm going to go to the North Dock. I'm going to do it the opposite way. We're going to go to the North Dock first. And then we're going to go to the bottom and show you what I mean. So we're just going to go around here because we're just going to avoid these guards. And then we'll go right down here in the back. All right. And now the loot is going to be right here. So let's just get out. So before we take a picture of that, we're going to go in here and see if we can take a picture of this loot. Nah, it's saying we need to take a picture of the water first. Hopefully that guard doesn't see us. All right, we're just going to run right up here. And then there is someone coming. So let's quickly take a picture of this. All right, the guard's coming. But I do think we need to take a picture inside here. So hopefully I can get in here before that guard turns around. Okay. There we go. Now we take a picture of this. Hopefully that's it. So now what we're going to try and do now is steal a boat, because I do want to get down to his compound again. Hopefully you guys would have done that beforehand. All right, there's a boat right there. So let's grab this boat. But you can go down there first, get the thing I'm trying to do, which is a picture, and then come back here. Where's he off to, man? But we're just doing it the opposite direction since I tried parachuting and didn't work. So anyway, what we're going to do now is head on down to his compound. So let's speed that up until we get there. Oh, I need to take a picture of bolt cutters. Oh my God, they really make... I forget how much bloody work they make you do at the beginning. All right, let's take a picture of these bolt cutters really quick. Send to Parvel. Hopefully he doesn't want us to take a picture of something else. All right, so there was nothing else we had to take a picture of there, thankfully. But there is one other thing. This is why I said when we were up in that tower over there, I was going to try and jump to it. You couldn't, but you could go down and get a car and just come on over here. Because then you can take that dinghy that you can see right there back to the North Docks. Probably a bit easier than the way that we did it. But what I'm going to try and do right here is this right here. We need to take a picture because this is the drainage tunnel, right? This is where we're going to be coming in the majority of the time when we do the Cayo PERICO heist. So let's not drown. That wouldn't be fun. Okay, you scoped out entry point drainage tunnel. There we go. Now we're just going to head straight back to the airstrip. And if you are new to the game, don't worry, it definitely does not usually take this long. The scope out usually takes around 5 minutes. This is just because it's the first time doing it. You have to take pictures of a few things. You can't really get detected during this mission, otherwise you fail it. Whereas when you usually do the scope out, if you get detected, it just takes you straight back to the airstrip, and it makes it a little bit quicker. But for us, obviously, we're trying not to get detected here. So we're just going to speed up until we get where we need to be at the airport. All right, we're back here at the airport. Now all we need to do is talk to the pilot. And we're going to get on out of here. We're going to get on out of here so that we can start doing this ourselves. Doing all the setup missions. I'll tell you what, it is nice seeing private jets here, man. You guys know, if you've been playing for a while, it's not really like this. There's some Vellums and stuff, but there's no private jets. I don't know why they made it so there wasn't private jets. I mean, it would be cool to see private jets here more often, but they don't. All right, now we're just returning to Los Santos. So at this point, we can go into our spawn location and switch that to KOSATKA, and then we can just go online, find new session, and this will take us straight there. Now, if you didn't know, if you're newer to the game, if you just come around the corner here, you can actually fill up all of your snacks here too. But then if you just come down here, the way you're going to want to go is up this staircase right here, and this is going to take us straight back to our planning board. If we just go up here to the left, and here we are. All right, now let's see what's next. So we've done the gather intel. We've done a lot of little things here. You can see we've got 4 out of 5, all this, blah, blah, blah. We need to go straight to prep. Just gotta wait for him to finish talking. But like I say, I've already done a guide on this, actually yesterday, the day before this video, but I'll leave it linked in the description. It's a step-by-step guide, so I'm not going to show you all these setups. We're going to just fast forward until we do the actual finale itself. We'll do that together, so let's do it. All right, guys, and just like that, we are back and ready to start up the finale here for the first time. So let's go ahead and do this together. We're doing the basic run. Let's just wait for him to finish talking. All right, here we go. Oh my God, it's the first time doing it, so he's gonna... Let me just set this up because he's taking forever to talk. All right, so this is the setup we have. Long fin, main dock, drainage tunnel, main dock, and daytime. Let's start this thing up. So we obviously want to do this undetected. We want to get the elite challenge and all of that so we can get paid the big bucks. And this is our first time running through this on this account. So let's do it. All right, guys, here we go. Back to my roots. I feel like the Cayo PERICO. We know this thing like the back of our hand, but like I say, if you want to check out the video that I did yesterday, it'll be linked in the description. Just what's it called? Step-by-step solo guide for the Cayo PERICO heist. But I figured we'd at least do this little part together. Why is this boat not turning, man? How come sometimes it turns, sometimes it doesn't? All right, let's head on over to the airstrip. I haven't even scouted loot at the airstrip. We're doing it how we would usually do it. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're going to get some juicy Coca-Cola here for us. But who the bloody hell knows? Who knows? All right, let's speed this up here a little bit. All right, and here we are on the island. Our boat, I don't think it's beach there. It should be good. We're just going to do our typical route. The route that's just the easiest, fastest way to do it. Why is this guard here? Come on, you need to turn around a bit quicker, my guy. You're usually much faster than this. Much faster than this! So, we're hoping, like I say, that we're going to have some Coca-Cola in here. I genuinely have no idea. There is that side as well that we can go and look in. But I'm hoping we get some Coca-Cola or something from in here. So let's just whoop. I didn't even check to see if there's any disguises or anything. That looks like Coca-Cola if you ask me. No one was asking me. That's bloody cash. All right, let's have a look upstairs. Cash and grass. So here's the thing. I need to stock up half of it because I know there's a painting in the office. So we're going to get half of it as the painting. And then we need a little bit more. So let's just go ahead and grab this. I should check, man. Let's just check. I should check and see if the other side has Coca-Cola. What are the chances? I don't know, but we're going to check. All right, this guard's just passing us. Let's run as fast as we can this way. All right, that guard's turning down there. We should still have our little silenced pistol here. So let's get up on here. Let's take out this guy. And let's take out this camera. And let's pop down here. Do we have Coca-Cola? We do. Okay, I'm going to wait for this guard you can see on our mini-map just to move out of our way so he doesn't hear us. And then we're going to get that Coca-Cola. Then we're going to head to the compound because we'll get the painting that's at the compound. That'll be what we're going to do here. All right, let's go ahead and do this now. Why has that guard got infinite cone? You see that? How is that possible? That's impossible. That is genuinely impossible. We're going to restart. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That makes zero sense. That should never have happened. We took out one person, and that one person should not have been in the line of sight of anyone. Like, at all. That doesn't make any sense. We're going to restart. We're going to restart this thing all the way from the beginning. So we're restarting it all the way from I've done hundreds of KO PERICO heists. That has never happened to me before. I have never had it. There's zero chance that that guard saw him. I've done this exact route so many times. So we're just not going to kill him. It's not worth the risk. We'll see if there's a disguise there. I'm not sure if there is. I didn't even pay attention to look. But we'll have a look. All right, here we are. Let's fast it up to get to where we just were. All right, so here we are. Let's speed it up here to get to where we just were. I'm not even going to look for a disguise, actually. We're just going to do this. We're going to take out the camera. We're going to wait for this guard to turn around, the one that we shot, which shouldn't have triggered the alarm. But we're going to wait for him to turn around. We'll take out the CCTV. Then we'll grab the loot. A little bit more risky since we do have a guard close to us, but there's no other option here. That guard should never have seen that body in a million years. I don't know. That's never happened to me before, and it's just unfortunate. Okay, let's jump up on here. Now let's get our gun again. And now let's not take out him. We'll take out this. Because we just can't take him out. We just can't take him out. It sucks, but it is what it is. We're just going to have to loot and hope we don't trigger any alarms here. Let's go as fast as possible. All we want is the Coca-Cola, man. Let's put our gun away just in case. All right, let's grab this. I'm going to be quiet just until that guard turns around, though, because I'm not going to risk it. All right, now let's keep grabbing. All right, we've got this. The guard shouldn't turn around right now, so let's just run down here. Up on here. Over we go. There we go. I'm just keeping my eye on the mini-map. We haven't killed anyone. We have nothing to worry about. Now we're just going straight to the drainage tunnel. That was weird. I'm not sure why that happened, but it is what it is, man. It absolutely... It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. All right, let's get over. I'm going to fast forward here a little bit until we get to the drainage tunnel. Can I just say, I've never seen the ocean so calm, man. You know how nice it is to just drive around in the ocean when there's no waves? It feels great. All right, here we are, the drainage tunnel. Let's just get out. All right, rebreather on. Let's do this little bit. All right, let's fast forward through this. All right, there's that done. Let's swim through here. And then we're basically set. We do need to make sure we get the paint in, but we're not going to kill anyone. It's not worth it, especially with that infinite cone we got. That blows my mind. Like, that is insane. I've never had that. I've done this heist so many times. I've done that exact route so many times, and I've never got that infinite cone right there at the beginning. I've never got that before. There's no way any guard should have saw that dead body. That's crazy. All right, and like I say, we're not going to shoot anyone. We're not even going to give anyone the time of day. We're just going to run our route that we always run and hope that nothing's changed, man. Oh, someone did say recently they've added a new camera, but that's not true. That's not true at all. All right, come on. You should turn right now. There we go. There's no new cameras here. Not that I can tell anyway. I mean, I run this route so much. And there's no new cameras. All right, let's go past this guy. Upstairs we go. Just right here. And then we're going to wait here for this guard to come down. All right, here he is. I'm just going to run straight past him. Upstairs, in here. Now, hopefully we get some decent safe loot for our first run here. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Please, you get anywhere from like 30 to 100k on average. So let's see. 230, not the greatest, really. Like 40,000. We'll grab the gun just because we haven't got this gun yet on this account. Let's grab that. And then there's a painting in here. I don't know where it is. Obviously over on the other side. There it is. Let's put that gun away though, because I don't want to accidentally bloody trigger that, because that would be a nightmare. We want to get the elite challenge, don't forget. And the elite challenge, you cannot trigger any of the alarms. And that's not what we're going to be doing here today. All right, so that should fill up our bag. Boom. There we go. 409,000. We'll take it. All right, so let's go through this real quick. I'm just going to fast forward through this part. We all know how to do this. All right, there we go. Done and done. Now we just need to go get our Madrazo files. And we're going to should have a nice big fat payday here today, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see what these coders. 14, 44, 65. 14, 44, 65. 14, 44, 65. 14, 44, 65. 44. And then we'll go backwards here for 65. And done. Madrazo files. Gimme. Okay, now we got 1.5 million. So let's go ahead and get out of here. This is the easy part. Should be. And we haven't killed anyone, so there shouldn't be any bloody things going on here. There shouldn't be any alarms going off. We just need to keep our eye on the mini-map. That is by far the most important thing right now for us. We don't want that Juggernaut to see us. We don't want the other guard to see us. I see that the other guard just went into that little circle, so we should be good to just run straight down here. Straight on over. In we go. Upstairs. The other guard's walking the other way, so we don't need to worry about him. Just going to run straight over. Boom. Done. Now, we are going to shoot one person. But you can get the elite challenge as long as you don't trigger the alarm within the compound. If you trigger it when you leave, you'll still get the elite challenge. You just can't trigger it within the compound itself. So we're just going to kill one person next to the motorcycle because we want to take that motorcycle to escape it. Now, this is going to be my first time doing this in a long time on console, but it should still work perfectly. We got to make sure we use the silenced pistol, though, and not the bloody golden gun. Let's put that away just to make sure. His body will get found here eventually, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Like I say, we're just trying to get out of here now. We're not gonna worry about triggering the alarm because we'll still get the elite challenge. Why does my guy look fat today? Why does my guy look fat? Like, I don't know. I don't understand why my guy looks like he looks bigger today for some reason. Does he not? Is the clothing in the KO PERICO on console different? Look at the size of his pants. I've never seen... Am I going crazy? Or does my character look so much skinnier on PC, man? This guy's clothes, he looks chunky here today. This guy looks chunky here today, man. All right, anyway, all we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we always do when we're on PC. We're going to swim down here into this little ravine. And hopefully it should finish here. And then that's it. Done. And we should get the elite challenge. We haven't triggered the alarms. We've got full secondary loot. We've got absolutely everything. Body's been found. Who the bloody hell cares at this point? We should be good. There we go. That was an experience. First time doing this on the PS5 Pro. First time doing it on console in a while. And getting that infinite cone right there at the beginning was interesting. But, yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's speed through this here a little bit. We've got a little cutscene here since it's our first time doing it. We can't skip through it. So, let's speed this up. All right, guys. There we go. Mission passed. So, it may not show us all the money right here off the bat because we do have some that are going to be in bonus form from just completing it. So, let's go through this and see what we get. 100% of the take. 1.47 million. Elite challenge complete. We did it in 10 minutes. You need to do it under 15 minutes in order to get it. 0 hacks failed. We should have full loot bags, all of that stuff. Let's see what we got. So 1.5 million. That by itself is good. We're totally happy with that. But we should get some bonuses, like first-time bonuses here. So let's fast forward until we get out of this. All right, there we go. Once more, 1.5 million total. And now let's see if or how much we get in bonuses right here. So we're done. Let's see. There we go. I can see a bunch of things there. There's an additional 200,000. So we've got 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 million dollars for that hit right there. We should get more because I know there is more things. I don't know if it's going to show up right away or we can go and check and see. I mean, we're at 2.2 million, so we definitely got over the 1.7. We definitely, because we're at 2.2. It just didn't show up. So let's have a look. So you can see right here, this is where the additional came. So we got 200,000 for completing it for the first time. We got 100,000 for doing it with just one person solo. We got 200,000 for doing it without alerting the guards. Now, if we do this again, doing different variations, you get another 150k. If we do this, doing all different vehicles, another 250k. These things will take a little bit longer. So we've got everything we could have possibly got here today. Just from doing this solo as a first run through. The best way we could do it possible. Now, like I say, we've made our money back. We've completed the heist once and we've made our money back. We've got $2.2 million once again. What's next, ladies and gentlemen? Well, now that we're at 2.2, obviously, next episode, we're going to be purchasing a new business. And the good thing about that is we'll finally be able to do the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So instead of having this now where we have a 2.5 minute cooldown, 2.5 hour cooldown, we're going to have other businesses start a next episode where we'll be able to do multiple things at once. And it's going to make it so much better. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please consider hitting that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Turn on notifications so YouTube lets you know when I upload more videos like this. Next episode for this series will be on Monday. I do these every Monday. And for all of the videos that I referenced in this video, they'll be linked in the description down below. I hope you guys are having a fantastic one, and I'll see you tomorrow as always with a brand new video. Goodbye.